I don't know whether I
No,
can
I stopped.
manage also.
Stopped. I stopped.
Now it's stopped. Now it has stopped. Okay. Priyamada is off the Gerada. So, knock and well. So, Beulah will not be coming. She has had no power in Chennai since last night. Chennai, the situation is pretty bad. I've received a picture from someone. I don't believe it entirely. They have compared it with Venice. So, some of these pictures, no, they are from some other period. They normally splice them, put them together. I don't believe it, but yes, there has been flooding in a few localities. It was shown even on television, national television, in the news yesterday. So, situation is not very happy.
Momentum issue ne na hai. Venice of poor Venice. No, Reutlingen. Reutlingen is next to Tübingen. You know, Tübingen is known as poor man's Venice.
There is also a place in Bamberg called Kleine Venedig. In Bamberg, nördlich von München, von what is this? Come on, what is the town? Erfurt. Nördlich von Erfurt gibt es eine kleine Stadt namens Bamberg. Dort
Bamberg,
gibt es
ja,
auch
ich weiß das, aber...
Ja, da gibt es auch eine kleine Venedig. So. Don't worry about the poor man's Venice. That's the only thing that will be left over. Venice is going to sink very soon anyway.
I've been there 2-3 times. Yeah.
Same here. I've been there 3 times too. My envy was that I didn't get an opportunity, and my jealousy also was the same of not having had the chance to work at the university there.
Okay. It's famous
Venice
university.
University. I don't know. Oh yes, Venice University is on the waterfront. I'm sure all my lectures there would have been like this. Not into the camera or looking at the students, but outside the window. Superb location. Superb location.
I don't think we can live there for a long time. We can go there for 1 day, 5 days, 10 days like that. But I don't think we can spend some years.
I don't know. Unless you're an Italian.
Whenever you see, it's water. So.
Yeah, I love that kind of scenery. You know, the locale, the setting.
How long? For short time, it is okay.
It's ruhish, ganz ruhish. At least there's no noise of traffic. You just hear the gentle lapping of the waters. Das ist ein bisschen beruhigend. Also sieht es zurück. Also Beulah Company, Monica failed. Premada, vielen Dank.
Thank you, sir. Guten Morgen, alle.
Morgen, vielen Dank. Ich habe bekommen. So, Rose is here. Good, well done. Anbarasi, Oma, wie ist die Lage in Chennai? Die Situation dort im Süden besser heute? Oder ist es genauso schlimm wie gestern?
Actually, continuous raining, sir.
Also,
Continuous
how do we say that in German? Anbarasi, how do we say that in German? Nee. You can say that continuerlich.
Continuerlich, okay.
Continuerlich is possible, but I want a German word for it, please. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It is raining incessantly, sagt man auf English. It is raining without stopping. Wie sagt man das auf Deutsch? Good context.
Yes, just regnet I use, sir. Continuously, that one without stopping.
Without stopping. If you know the word for stop in German?
Stop. Ohne stop.
Es regnet ohne Pause.
Stop. Stop. STOPP.
Kushi, no, I'm not very satisfied. Although you're close, ohne Pause kann man sagen, but I want the right phrase, without stopping. What is the word to stop? Now let's stop with the class.
Aufhören.
Aufhören. Well done. That was well done. Now form an adjective out of aufhören.
Aufgehört.
Aufgehört.
Adjective. Kein
Aufhören.
Partikel 2, an adjective. Aufhörlich. Aufhörlich. And now when you say without stopping,
Ohne aufhörlich.
you have to add a prefix.
Unaufhörlich, oder?
Unaufhörlich. Now give me the sentence. Super. Give me the sentence now.
Es regnet ohne aufhörlich.
Nein?
Ohne
Es regnet
unaufhörlich.
unaufhörlich.
Unaufhörlich. Ist richtig. Ist richtig. Es regnet unaufhörlich. This is a phrase very often used in German. Very, very frequently it's used in German. Okay, so now we are back on track. So, eine seltsame Geschichte. Moment. Ja. So, we'll start with this relative pronomen, damit wir uns das vertiefen können. And then we'll do this one. So, die große Liebe. Ergänzen Sie die Relativpronomen. This is a slightly oldish text, but it's still due for the relative pronomen. Wenn Liebe blind macht. Was bedeutet das hier? Liebe macht blind.
When love makes you blind.
What is the proverb in English?
प्यार अंधा होता है.
In English,
Love is blind.
love is blind. And in German,
Liebe ist blind. और
Liebe
उधर Liebe
macht
blind.
Liebe macht blind. Ja, Jeet, das ist richtig. Liebe macht blind. English, love is blind. And in Hindi, you already know that. प्यार अंधा होता है. So when Liebe blind macht. You have to now tell me at the end of this text. I'll give you time to read it. Then we solve it. Then at the end, you have to tell me whether this when means if, conditional, oder bedeutet das when, temporal. Because this German wenn, W-E-N-N, das kann konditional sein, if. And it can also be temporal when. Very simple. I think all of you, I presume, I may be presuming wrongly, understand Hindi. This is that agar, which is conditional, if. The other one, temporal, jab, when in English. When I come to Germany, I'll definitely visit all of you living there. Right? When I come there. So temporal in the sense of, I will be coming there. I'm not sure when in terms of time, but whenever I come there, I'll definitely see you all somewhere. The other one, conditional, if I visit Germany. I will meet all of you living in Germany there. Condition is, I have to be there first. So auf Deutsch, wenn ich nach Deutschland komme, oder wenn ich in Deutschland bin, sentences will be different. If and when. So First, let's read through and then you tell me what is it here. So, give you 2 minutes. It's not too big a text. And your 2 minutes started 1 minute ago. So, Patrick, gelesen?
Ja.
Yes, sir, gelesen.
Gelesen. Also, lesen ist kein Problem.
Ja.
Verstanden?
Nicht komplett.
Nicht komplett. Ja, das ist ein kleines Problem. Aber ich muss euch auch hier gestehen, I have to confess to you, das ist ein Text aus der Wissenschaft. It's a text from science. So there are a few words here, maybe, which we don't really know or have understood. So, welche Wörter? Bewiesen,
Prove.
beweisen, bewiesen, to prove.
True.
So, scanten, scannen, scannte, gescannt. You know the verb. Ich habe das gescannt. Ich habe das Dokument gescannt.
Scan.
Scannen. Okay.
Scan.
Scan. English word scan.
English word, genau. Gehirn,
Brain.
Brain.
Article,
Das.
Das.
das Gehirn. Okay. Forscher,
Researcher.
Researcher. Der Forscher, die Forscher, Plural. Die Forschung,
Research.
Research. Recherchen.
Recherche. Und forschen,
To research.
to research. So you have the complete set now. Forschen, Verb, Forscher, Nomen, und Forschung, die Tätigkeit, the activity. Okay. Phänomen, I think you know.
Phenomena.
Phenomenon. Phenomena is plural.
Auf Englisch. Gleich.
Yeah,
Auf
in
Englisch.
English it's phenomenon and phenomena, plural. This is that plural, singular here. Studier.
Study.
Alltag.
All day.
Everyday life.
Yeah. Every day.
Betroffenen Regionen. Betreffen, betroffen.
Meeting regions.
Uh-huh.
Connecting regions.
No, the concerned regions, the regions which are actively involved in something.
Sir, was is the infinitive? Betreffen.
Betreffen. This is used as an adjective here. It's a participle zwei as an adjective.
Concern.
Und hier haben wir noch ein Wort. Wahrnehmungsvermögen. Wahrnehmung und das Vermögen. Was ist Wahrnehmung?
Reality or actual value,
Perception.
true value.
Perception, basically.
Well,
One-
Vermögen is imagination. So why do we need two imaginary words there?
That's German. Huh? Vermögen on its own, it means assets or property.
Yes, sir.
Right? It's assets or property, that's Vermögen. But when you look at it from the point of view of Wahrnehmungsvermögen, it is your perceptiveness, the ability or your assets to perceive, your good fortune to be able to perceive something. It's taken from that word, that meaning, that sense here. So Wahrnehmungsvermögen is your perceptiveness. Und zuständig?
Additionally,
Reliable. No. Responsible.
Okay. Responsible
accountable,
will do.
responsible.
Will do for this. Okay. What's it?
Facet.
Moral.
What's it here? Conclusion.
Conclusion.
And the conclusion. Okay. So now let's attempt this. Ja, das Fazit. It's a conclusion oder Ergebnis, das Ergebnis oder das Ende, der Schluss. Now let's see, the first one is a big sentence. It begins here and ends here. The sentence is solved for us. Nun ist es wissenschaftlich bewiesen. This is the most difficult sentence, so I'll solve it for you. Liebe macht blind. Das haben zwei Forscher des University College in London herausgefunden. Love is blind. And two of the researchers of the University of London found out, herausfinden, to find out. Die 20 jungen Frauen Bilder von ihren Kindern vorlegten und dabei gleichzeitig ihre Gehirne scannten. Okay? Why did we put a D here? Als relative pronomen. If you solve this, then you have learned relative pronomen. And that's the end of the grammar as far as I am concerned, literally. Okay, so let's...
So, sir, it is for Zweif. Sure.
Yeah, it's for zwei Forscher.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's look at this sentence. Nach dem Komma
Yeah.
steht der Relativsatz.
Right.
Und der Relativsatz hier ist ein bisschen lang, aber ganz einfach. Wir wollen den ganzen Satz nicht betrachten. Wir wollen das nicht machen. Wir konzentrieren uns nur auf die Subjekte oder das Subjekt und die Objekte. You have this here. 20 jungen Frauen.
Oh, that's what. Ja, ich habe eine andere Meinung. Die bedeutet für diese jungen Frauen, nicht für
Nein.
die.
Nein, I'll tell you why not. One minute. And then we have Bilder. Also Frauen, Bilder und dann Kinder. And then comes also Gehirn as a noun. We have to separate these nouns in order to be able to identify the objects. Very simple. So let's start with the basic question. Wer, was, wen, wem. So Scanton, was scanten Sie?
Scanned.
Yeah.
Was
Gehirn.
Gehirn.
Gehirn. So Gehirn scannen is over, done with. So something is being scanned by someone. That someone is a subject who's scanning the brains. Or the brain or brains, whatever. Whose brains? Go step by step, ganz langsam. Whose brains? Ears.
Kinder.
20 jungen Frauen.
Ihre.
Ihre refers to the Frauen.
Yeah.
It refers to the Frauen. How can you scan the children's brains when the children are on a picture? The children are not physically present there. Only pictures of children are there. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That's Bilder von Kindern, Bilder von ihren Kindern, Bilder von den Kindern, wessen Kindern? Die Kinder der Frauen, the children of these women, the pictures of the children of these women. Okay, now we have managed to sort out this a little more. Separated what is what, the components. Langsam. Don't confuse yourselves. Und dabei gleichzeitig,
At the same time.
simultan. At the
Yeah,
same time.
simultaneously.
Right? Also simultan. So the Gehirne, their Gehirne der Frau oder der Frauen was scanned simultaneously. Simultaneously means there should be some other action going on. So what was that action going on? Vorlegen. To put before, to present, to show. Vorlegen. What was being shown? Bilder. Whose bilder? The children's picture. Whose children? The children of these women. Now, somewhat the mist has cleared. The fog is away. So, what was being shown? Bilder, accusative object. To whom? Jungen Frauen. This fits into our rule very well. Dative noun before accusative noun.
Second day class.
Right. Yes, Vasu. So, to whom? To the women. What? The pictures of their children. And what else was going on at that moment?
Scanning.
Their brains were being scanned. And they were scanned. Now what is missing is who was doing the scanning? Who was showing the women the pictures and who was also scanning their brains? Jeet, you gave the answer earlier?
Zweifelsforscher.
Zweifelsforscher. So now we have the plural. Why? So this forscher is what has to come here, which means it's a subject. Wer scannte, wer legte die Bilder vor? Wer? Is it only one person? If it is only one person, then it is easier, der. But mehr als eine Person, Nominativ, Subjekt, Plural.
Die.
So, die. So, das haben zwei Forscher der University College in London herausgefunden. Die, also diese Forscher, 20 jungen Frauen, wem 20 jungen Frauen, was Bilder von ihren Kindern vorlegten. Vorlegen, to put in front. Who are being shown pictures of their children. Und dabei gleichzeitig, and at the same time, they were scanning the brains of these women. Now you know why it is die here on nominative swar. Step by step, split up the sentences. Wer, was, wen, wem. Now can you do the second one? Zum Vergleich führten die Forscher einen Versuch durch, in sie den Frauen dieses Mal Bilder von Kindern vorlegten, sie nicht kannten. So, durchführen, to execute, to carry out, to conduct. So, as a comparison, zum Vergleich, führten die Forscher einen Versuch durch. Also, wer führte den Versuch durch? Wer?
Forscher.
Die Forscher. Was führten sie durch? Einen Versuch. So, our accusative object is visible. So, as a comparison, these researchers carried out an experiment in sie den Frauen dieses Mal Bilder von Kindern vorlegten. What is the sie refer to? Sie vorlegten.
Subject.
Subject. So, Forscher. Before whom? In front of whom?
Den Frauen.
Dative plural.
Yes, sir.
And what?
Bilder. Accusative.
Bilder. So we have a subject here, sie. We have a dative object, den. We have Bilder, accusative. So now, oh my God, situation. Subject
Everything is there. What else you need?
What else do we need? But there is still some qualification going on because there's an in plus blank and then verb at the end. So some other noun is being qualified. So let's go back to the previous sentence. So gleich führten die Forscher einen Versuch. Forscher is already here. So einen Versuch. They carried out an experiment in the experiment they put in front of the women pictures of children. So it is in the experiment. Versuch is der Versuch.
Sir, dem.
Dem is richtig. So they put the pictures of the children in front of the women. Where? In what manner? Where? In the experiment. Wo? Also in dem Versuch. So in dem Versuch. Why in
So
dem?
here, sorry. Here, what should be the question here? Oh.
Wo?
Oh means again it should be a place or something, no? But here we are telling
in the experiment. No? So that's why the in will come with dative. In this experiment, in this process, in this procedure that they were doing. What was this procedure? Putting
so
pictures.
the wo becomes here which then in that case.
Right. In which, in that, yes. But don't use English. That which will, put you, mislead you, take you to Welsh. It will take you to that Welsh here. So that's the reason I discourage the use of English here. So in dem, sie den Frauen dieses Mal Bilder von Kindern vorlegten. Oh, dash Sie nicht kannten. Oh yes, now we have another problem. And this problem here now is further relative sense. Kennen, kannte, gekannt.
That's all. Whom they do not know. Whom. So we can put it here. Simple.
Right. So kannten, plural in preteritum. So what did they not know?
The pictures
And
are the
who did not know? Yeah, Vasu.
the ladies, they do not know who are all the children. They have some
Right.
children picture. That's all.
So this kannten matches the Z conjugation wise.
Yeah.
They did not know. Who is this they? Frauen.
They is Frauen.
Okay. And then comes the object now. What is it or whom is it that they did not know?
They do not know. Which they do not know. Bilden von Kindern.
Now give me the article. The article pronoun here.
Sir, the.
The. See? So simple. It's that simple.
When the driving teacher is there, we drive without mistake.
Also, at some stage, I'll go move to the back seat and go to sleep. And you have to drive me safely wherever you're going. In German. Okay, it's really simple. Don't ignore the W questions. See, the trick here is to identify the different components of the sentence. Remember, every sentence, grammatically speaking, will have a subject and two objects. So once you find all three and there's still a blank, obviously there has to be some other component which is causing that blank. Like this sentence in number 2. We found everything. Z we found, Frauen and Bilder. So this component, why is this blank still here? Then we see this preposition. Okay. So prepositional object. Remember, preposition will never come with nominative. It
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
come with a subject. Preposition automatically means object. So
Object.
it has to be either accusative, dative, or the genitive. So once you are sure of that, so ignore nominative totally. Now, in can be either dative or accusative, not genitive. Ignore genitive. So that leaves you with in. So what is that noun that comes with in? The only option left is Versuch. The hint that we have is Versuch is masculine. Einen, so masculine. So in plus masculine relative pronoun. It has to be either den or them. That's it. That's the logic I used here. So now, let's see you do the next ones. Ich warte. Concentrate only from here till here.
That's
Super. Can you tell me what does
the
it?
logic is thus Ergebnis. Thus that did not surprise them. So subject I refer. Thus Ergebnis.
Moment. In this sentence, what is the subject?
Wissenschaftler.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the Wissenschaftler, the scientists, not surprised. Not surprised by what? What did
By
not
the results. By the results.
So what did
Or
not
with the
surprise them?
results.
The results did not surprise them.
So it should be accusative.
Eben, genau die. Das ist das Akkusativ, neuter, also neutrum, Relativpronomen. Und das ist dann, dass die Wissenschaftler nicht überraschte. Das Ergebnis, das die Wissenschaftler nicht überraschte, war.
Var.
So das Ergebnis war. Hauptsatz.
Why are you telling this is accusative? In my understanding, it should be nominative because
No, it's not.
that is not surprising them. So which is not surprising them? That is making the action. That is the subject.
Vasu. You straight away gone into top gear. Wait. What is the subject? Who were not surprised?
Which did not surprise them. That is
No,
the subject because that is making the action.
Don't look at it from the other point of view, please. Who was not surprised?
Scientists.
Isn't this
Yeah.
the subject?
Yeah.
So Newton. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see what you mean from that point of view. Yeah, correct. Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're right. You're right.
it's nominative. That's what I got confused.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct. I'm sorry. Yeah.
perfectly right. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. So, and this part was very interesting here. Beim Anblick der eigenen Kinder stieg die Aktivität in ganz bestimmten Teilen des Gehirns. So the activity increased. What about this one here? Watch out, there is a in here.
Wissenschaftler. Studie.
There.
Yes, sir, in there.
Yeah. What was the logic you people applied?
In the study, they test.
Study.
Well done. Well done.
And studies the
This
study.
is the noun that you had qualified. Das gleiche Phänomen hatten die Wissenschaftler in einer früheren Studie entdeckt, in der sie testeten, welchen Einfluss Verliebtheit auf die Gehirntätigkeit hat. The same phenomenon was discovered by the scientists in an earlier study in which they tested what influence love has on the activity of the brain.
So study why it is. It can be plural also.
No, in einer. Can be plural here.
Okay.
Die Studien, Studien will be plural.
Okay.
And einer itself is singular. You can't put einer in plural anyway.
Got it.
Okay, so let's try the next one. This is quite a long sentence, believe it or not. This whole thing is one sentence. Please look at it. As far as I'm not wrong, there is one. There is one.
Before facet, yeah.
Yeah, before facet. Yeah, till here. Even then, it's still 4 lines.
Yeah.
Langsam lesen. Want a hint? If you look at this Nebensatz, thus the Betrophenen Regionen, where is the verb in the thus Satz? It's not there. So you have to look for the verb for this thus sentence also. Where is the verb?
Richtig funktionieren. Before Fazit.
Superb. So can you just read out that part? Yeah,
Ja,
Vasu?
auch in diesem Fall würden bestimmte geringe Regionen aktiviert.
Ja.
Diese Aktivierung aber bedeutet, dass die betroffenen Regionen
Nicht mehr
ja,
betroffenen Regionen nicht.
im Alltag, ja,
Leave that out, leave that out. Just this part you finish. Dass die betroffenen Regionen nicht
die im
mehr,
Alltag,
ja, ignore, Regionen nicht mehr richtig funktionieren. Complete the Nebensatz, ne?
ja, dass die betroffenen Regionen nicht mehr richtig funktionieren.
That's it. So we have completed our Nebensatz. We have complete meaning in front of us. But that is further qualified. There's a further breakup, further information provided about which regions. So you have your relative Satz. The moment you have a relative Satz, what they normally do, remember the rule I gave you in the handout? The relative Satz begins right after the noun, which you are explaining further. So this nicht mehr richtig funktionieren, we don't put here. Instead, we take it to the end and insert it at the first opportunity that we can get.
So this is the exact fourth Übung which we started today. So.
Yes. So thus die betroffenen Regionen. Ja, Kushi?
Die
im Alltag. Go ahead now, read out.
Die im Alltag unter anderem für die Lösung komplizierter Aufgaben, für unsere Gedächtnis, unsere Aufmerksamkeit und unser Wahrnehmungsvermögen zuständig sind.
Ja. And
angesichts der Person, in der man verliebt ist nicht mehr richtig funktionieren.
Okay. So, Regionen, die im Alltag, we found this. Okay, so for the relative Satz, we have found a verb. Dass die betroffenen Regionen, the concerned regions, which are responsible in our daily life, amongst others, unter anderem, for the solution of complex tasks, for our memory, and our attention and perception. Sentence is complete. Concerned regions in our daily lives, amongst others, responsible for. Regions responsible for. In English, you'll have to bring the verb right in the beginning. The concerned regions responsible, which are responsible, which in daily life are responsible, amongst others, for the solution of complex tasks, for our memory, unsere Aufmerksamkeit, Attentiveness, Attention, und unsere Wahrnehmungsvermögen. Das ist ein schönes deutsches Wort. Thank you, Sirat. कौन है?
Workers.
गए ऊपर?
नहीं
हाँ.
They come tomorrow कोई एक तो उसका शादी अटेंड करने गया अपने बात.
So they come.
Keep some things.
So coming tomorrow means, is that a threat or a promise? How will they work over the weekend? Did you check with them? Work over the weekend? They'll come tomorrow and disappear for 2 days again.
They are not supposed to have weekends.
Is it?
They are daily wage people.
Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Yeah, Entschuldigung. Ich habe jetzt meinen Tee. So, yeah. So, zurück zu unserem relative Satz. Remember, relative Satz also has life. Life means subject, verb, object. These are the components we should be looking for in a relative Satz. Don't let any relative Sätze, relative pronomen, or long sentences throw you off the track. Don't be misled, don't be scared. It is nothing but old grammar which is twisted all around and then put inside and presented to you like this. A little bit of patience and slowly you can open up the whole thing. It's very simple. For that, our keys are wer, was, wen, wem. So this activation means that the concerned regions don't work anymore, don't work correctly. Regionen nicht mehr richtig funktionieren. Done. Which regions? Which are responsible in daily life, amongst others, for the solution of, etc., etc. Okay, then comes a further addition, angesichts der Person. Angesichts is eine Präposition. If you look at the following part, angesichts der Person, what kind of preposition is it? Accusative, dative, or genitive?
Accusative. Angesichts Person. Verlieben, yeah.
Genitive.
Genitive, na?
Yeah.
Angesichts.
Die Person?
There हो गया यहाँ पे.
Genau. So, Genitiv, die Person, feminine genitive is there. So, angesichts der Person. Now, what does angesichts mean? Have you done this before?
Nine, sir.
Okay, no problem. Do you know the meaning of this verb Sicht? Sicht,
Visible.
right? So, Sicht is the noun of which verb?
Sehen.
Sehen, correct. So, this angesichts has something to do with sehen. So, even if you use the verb sehen, let's use that verb sehen and see whether it works. Responsible for our perception, seeing the person, we'll come to the right meaning a little later, seeing the person in fallen in love. So what should I put here? Verliebt sein in.
Dem.
Accusative or the dative?
Sir, dem.
No, answer the question. Accusative or dative?
Ha.
Yes. I have a question there. Okay, go ahead, Jeet.
Sir, I would say
Please justify your answer.
somewhere I have read, but I forgot. In will go in accusative or dative.
No. Only one possibility.
Yeah. So I said
Das.
accusative.
No, what are you qualifying here? Person?
Yeah.
With whom we love, yeah, fell in love, or with whom we love, or
Ha.
with whom we are in love.
Ha.
So the question is whom here. Then in that case it should be accusative.
Accusative, yeah.
Yeah, but with whom is mit wem, na? That could also be dative, right?
Nine, sir. Text वाली में यहाँ पे verliebten in.
Ha.
That comes with accusative.
Why?
Why?
There is a very simple childish logic that I apply, very honestly.
Sir, sich verlieben in bedeutet to fall in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
motion.
is it accusative?
Sir, because there is
You are still falling.
we are falling movement.
Ha, thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Danke, vielen Dank. Das ist richtig. Falling is motion, isn't it? Movement.
Yes, sir.
So you're falling in love. So accusative, wohin, in vain. In vain, nicht in wem. So in vain, in the person. Use that very silly, childish logic. So in comes with accusative when there is motion. How will I show motion? With wohin. But if I'm using a person, I can't use wohin. So I take the accusative pronoun in vain. In jemanden, in someone. So in jemanden verliebt sein. Ohne reflexiv. In jemanden, accusative, verliebt sein. To be enamored of someone, to have a crush on someone. To be
So person
extremely
is male. I said their person.
the person.
Then if it is accusative, then it should be the then again.
It is the here.
Okay, because I was misled. Initially, G told them, so I'm thinking why it is them.
No, them is wrong. It's the person.
Okay.
This tells us not clearly der Person, angesichts Genitiv. So now if you see that word seeing, it works. Seeing the person in which one is in love. So now if you want a better word, better English, seeing a person. You see a person with whom you are love. Now mud it over a bit. So in view of the person, considering the person, thinking of the person, with respect to the person, in view of all those fit here. Now you found a meaning that works with it. Angesichts. Let's build another sentence. Angesichts des starken Regens, Genitiv. Angesichts des starken Regens in Chennai gibt es dort keinen Strom. Considering seeing the heavy rain in Chennai, there is no power. Natürlich. Seeing the heavy rain in Chennai, people have problems with connectivity. I'm not using the word considering. I'm not using the word regarding or in view of, which a dictionary will tell you. The word seeing helps. And woher haben wir das Verb seeing? From this noun, Sicht. Where did we get this word Sicht from? That's given to us. Sicht is the noun of sehen. Sehen is to see. From there we draw the meaning ohne Wörterbuch. Ohne Wörterbuch. And we get the meaning of this new preposition without having to look at the dictionary. What follows is a noun, so it must be a preposition. Mit dem Bus, auf den Bus, preposition plus nomen. A preposition connects words within a sentence. Normally, a preposition will connect a noun. A preposition does not come normally with other parts of speech. Of course, there are adjectives and there are nouns which also have a preposition. Zum Beispiel stolz, proud. Der Vater ist stolz auf den Sohn, auf seinen Sohn. Proud of his son. Adjective, stolz. So adjectives can also take preposition, but the point is not to be lost. Nach der Präposition steht ein Nomen. Old grammar repackaged and given. Das ist alte Grammatik. Gar nicht neu. Das ist neu verpackt. Fragen? Habt ihr Fragen?
Nein, sir.
It's clear? Color? Is it clear? Anyone? All of you? Any questions?
Ganz klar.
First and foremost, be bold. Be courageous. Also neue Wörter sollen uns nicht oder keine Angst anbieten. Don't get nervous. Okay, wenn es keine Fragen mehr gibt, dann üben wir das auch hier. Wo, wohin, woher und was? Beginnen wir mit
Tut mir leid, wir haben nicht antworten Ihre Frage. Wen benutzt
Ja.
hier ob als während oder Frage? Oder
also
am Anfang
in
Sie.
Die.
Die Frage ist, in wen? Ne? Also angesichts der Person.
Nein, nicht hier. Am Anfang heutiges Unterricht, sie fragt uns, wen liebt, when, that question.
Wer liebt wen? Ja.
The
Sir,
first,
Prema,
very first word.
when Lieber blind marked.
Aha, one moment. Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah. So what is it? Ist es temporal oder, ja, danke, Vasu. Ist es temporal oder ist das konditional?
In meiner Meinung, oder meiner Meinung nach ist it's a conditional.
Was sagen die anderen? Das Ende, der Schluss, Fazit. The conclusion is, Lieber macht tatsächlich blind. Lieber macht tatsächlich blind. Das ist der Schluss. Love does indeed make one blind. Verliebte, those in love, Verliebte, sehen mit anderen Augen und nehmen nur selektiv wahr. Wahrnehmen. Trennbares Verb. Der Verliebte, die Verliebte. Male in love, the person in love, the male, and the person in love, female. Der oder die Verliebte. Sie sehen mit anderen Augen. They see with other eyes. And they perceive only selectively. So is it when
Nach
als
mir,
temporal, when love makes you blind, or is it if love makes you blind?
nach mir,
Huh.
wenn ist temporal.
Ja, was sagen die anderen? And can you justify? Warum? Vasu hat gesagt, also das ist konditional und Jeet, du sagst, das ist temporal. Warum?
Like,
Sir, ich denke, das ist konditional.
What do the others say? Premada, Oma, Anbarasi, Beulah. Oh, Beulah is not there. Rose.
In meine Meinung, it's conditional.
Hmm?
but we're talking about the time. When,
Yeah.
but here, we are
It's not 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 6 o'clock in the evening. It is a general condition. If you have this, you will have this problem. That's all. Whether it is at 6 o'clock or at 50 years of age or 22 years, I don't mind. So that's why I call it as a condition. If you are becoming blind only at 6 o'clock, then it is temporal.
This is a statement. Ask a question to this statement. What will be the question you can formulate here? What is the question one can formulate to this statement?
Liebe macht was.
Now,
Or was.
9.
Or when we become, or when we will become blind. When we are blind worden.
One werden wir blind im Liebe.
Ja, wann macht Liebe blind? When does love make you blind? What is
Then in
this
that case,
one?
when we are getting answer for one, it is temporal.
That is it. So these are the situations given to you over a period of time. Over a period of time when love can make you blind. One
So
of
when the
these
situations
experiments,
are given, situations means conditional.
no, it is if. Then that is a total if love makes you blind. Here there's no if answer here. No? They conducted experiments. So when this experiments of showing pictures of children to women, when? Jab, not that agar.
Yeah. This is what actually
When I showed the pictures, the women got excited about the pictures of their children. When they were shown pictures of others, they were agar, not excited. Not if. Not if. See, beim Anblick stieg die Aktivität. Wann stieg die Aktivität? Wann?
When the researcher showed the pictures to the women.
When the researchers here is at condition, no? The activity increased when they were showed that. So that is a condition here. I agree. So there is this ambiguity between this. That when here is that phase, the moment this is shown, my child. It's not a condition in the sense of the condition that we have learned earlier. Wenn ich Zeit habe, komme ich. See, such an ambiguous sentence. We're doing it a little later. It should have been done earlier. Wenn ich Zeit habe, komme ich. Let's take the statement. Leave out this part.
That is conditional.
Conditional, not temporal.
No.
What do the others say?
Because if I have time, I will come. If I don't have, I will not come. So it is a
This is
condition.
conditional.
yes, sir.
So can I not say wann komme ich? Ja, wenn ich Zeit habe. Oder wann kommst du? Come on, people, the others.
Was?
Come on. It's one of
So,
the
was
first.
haben Sie gesagt?
Wann kommst du? Wenn ich Zeit habe, komme ich. Wenn ich das Buch gelesen habe, gebe ich es dir.
So whenever when or if comes, it becomes conditional also.
No, wait. When I say, wenn ich das Buch gelesen habe, gebe ich es dir.
Either temporal.
No.
Why
So
not?
I
No,
think
so
it
it's
is
conditional.
conditional because
If
when I finish reading the
I'll
book,
give.
I'll
Otherwise,
give
I will
you.
not give.
Yeah, otherwise it's not. Whenever otherwise comes, then it is a conditional. Sir.
Hey, whenever is temporal. If I finish reading the book, or that is that one. The day I am done with reading the book, I'll hand it over to you. Because this is nachdem ich das Buch gelesen habe, gebe ich es dir. This when is a very ambiguous word. I wanted you to be alert to this. It's not part of the main syllabus. This actually should have been dealt with when you learned when. When this was taught as a connector, the meaning should have been made clear at time itself. Es gibt zwei Möglichkeiten.
But the good news is it is the verb comes at the end.
Yeah, that's okay now. From the structure point of view, kein Problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you have
both in
to-
temporal as well as in conditional, verb is at the end always.
correct, absolutely correct.
That's right.
So that way, that's not an issue. But you have to be very careful when you are using it. Are you laying down a condition for use? Wenn ich dir helfen kann, mache ich gern.
Okay. And another basic logic what I applied here is
Yeah.
any scientific study is done
Huh.
based on some conditions, not based on time.
It depends again. Some experiments are based on time. Like a
That
culture
is-
grown in a biology lab is time bound.
There also we'll put there in that cultural, okay, how many age, what is the age group is taken, what are all the influencing factors considered. So those things are conditions.
In the conditions over a period of time. So over that period of time, if you don't get that results, jab, then you have a problem. Think of it between jab and agar.
Okay, make a-
I think all of us understand the meaning of jab and agar. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Job
If you
is
look,
once no,
let's
sir.
let's take another statement from life. When is the heirata? I don't want to complete the sentence. Let's leave it here. When I marry her or if I marry her? Remember, the
Job
second
means
half
at
will
the
change.
time, no, sir.
When you say jab, when I marry her, jab, and if I marry her, do you think both will have the same Hauptsätze?
Nine.
Let's have a hypothetical sentence. If I marry her, I'll become rich. If conditional, agar.
It's if I'm
जब मैं शादी
if
करूंगा,
I'm it's a very simple
जब-
sentence. What we use is if I marry her, I am complete. When I marry her, I am finished.
you analyze them. Analyze it. Ein gutes Beispiel. No, it's the other way around actually. When she marries me, I'm finished. My wife has just left anyway. Okay. Yeah. See, there are subtle differences. Also feine Unterschiede gibt es. Und diese feinen Unterschiede, die bestimmen die Bedeutung. It may look a very small connector. Wenn. Ja, temporal und das ist hier konditional. Okay, let's go to the next lesson, next chapter, next Übung. Matters close. Suddenly you come across a sentence and you're not sure how to respond, how to formulate a question. What do you do then?
We pay God and we apply.
That is one way, but that's a desperate way. And there is a one way out, but it doesn't always work. Substitute the conditional with some other connector or with some other preposition.
Okay.
In case love makes you blind, is it temporal or conditional?
Conditional.
There you are.
Pulse.
Super.
Pulse, genau. So try other alternatives. It's just a hint for learning. Just a hint. Please try other alternatives. Ersetzen Sie diese Konnektion mit einem anderen Konnektor. And it's a kind of an advanced warning for the higher learning that we have ahead. So it's conditions here laid down, pictures, own children, other children to get the results. Conditional. Right? And here, Again, over Dauer, if there is a Dauer Haftigkeit, some kind of lengthening of time, temporal. Some sentences very ambiguous. Careful. So let's come to something easier now. So, yeah. Und hier beginnen wir mit diesem Satz. Welches Pronomen kommt hier? Wo, wohin, woher oder was?
Was.
Was.
Sure? Why?
Yes. He smokes, which is not good for health. So which?
What?
Yeah. The reference is to the entire sentence, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like etwas or nichts or whatever we learned. The reference is to the entire sentence, in which case we cannot have a pronoun here. So we take was. Good. The others again.
Will
Yeah.
be different. Mein Freund raucht sehr viel Zigaretten. Then it will be only for Zigaretten. So then I should put the.
Genau. But if you were say,
Good. I
I'm
learned
referring
something.
to the entire sentence, then you can say was. Because then your stress is on rauchen, basically.
Right.
Mein Freund raucht sehr viel Zigaretten, was nicht gefunden ist.
So can we say in this that we are referring to a verb?
The way you say it matters, na, Jeet. Raucht sehr viel Zigaretten, was nicht gesund ist. Raucht sehr viel Zigaretten.
That's what, so if we insist on verb, so that takes the complete sentence.
Correct. And that makes more sense logically, because okay, Zigaretten, die nicht gesund sind, okay. So das bedeutet, dann kann Zigarren.
Electronic cigarette is good for gesundheitlich.
The best is your BD.
Yeah.
Or in South India, they call it chutta. You know the chutta, na?
Surte.
It's
called surte. Winston Churchill used to have it. Yeah.
That's a cigar. Cigar.
Okay.
That is cigar. That's a cigar. I'm not talking of cigar. I'm talking of the raw leaf without any modification, smoked as it is. It's foul smelling. Very, very popular amongst the villagers.
Because it is grown as domestic crop there, so they use it.
Okay. Here. Number 1. Was kommt hier?
Arbeit is their Arbeit. There.
Wo.
Was.
Wo.
9.
So was.
Was.
Das
Which
ist
she
richtig.
loves.
The whole sentence. Das ist richtig. Once again, please, Primada.
Meine Frau arbeitet wieder. Was sie sehr freut.
Genau. Also the Arbeit, the fact that she is working, that is what is making her happy. So the reference is again to the entire sentence.
So I need to use here was or their Arbeit because she loves the Arbeit. So can I use there?
Hey, moment. There's a verb here, yeah?
That's right. But
So
I'm converting because I'm referring to that verb only, Arbeit, their Arbeit.
No, verb cannot have a relative pronomen. Relative pronomen comes only with reference to a nomen.
That's right. So I need to use only this Frage word.
Yeah. Genau.
Aber hier ist es nicht eine Fragewort. Es ist eine Konnektor oder eine Relativpronomen.
Das ist ein relative pronomen. Die Funktion hier ist als relative pronomen.
Okay. I refrain my understanding. So I had this confusion where to use there or was or where who this where Frage, where Worte. So now it is clear. When I'm referring a noun as a pronoun, then I need to use the there. That's.
Correct.
when I'm using a verb as a relative pronoun, then I need to use this way vote.
Right? Not just the verb alone, but when you are
Complete
using.
sentence. That's what.
Complete sentence, yeah.
That's right. When I
Right,
insist on the
right.
verb, it means I take the complete sentence.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Genau.
Super.
Das stimmt.
Clear now. Ganz clear. Glass clear. Or a crystal clear.
Ja, kristallklar. Okay. Meine Freundin arbeitet in dem Büro.
Auch meine Mutter.
Wo auch meine Mutter arbeitet.
Schön. Complete the remaining two, please.
Meine Kollegin stammt aus
Aus Polen.
Mhm.
Meine Kollegin
Woher?
stammt aus Polen, wo auch mein Mann. Nein.
Woher?
Nein.
Nein.
Common.
Woher?
Nein.
Woher?
Woher?
Woher common.
Woher ist richtig.
Auch
Woher.
mein.
Well done, well done, well done, well done. And number
Und
4.
vier ist wohin.
Full
Wohin? Ja.
sentence.
Mein
Full sentence.
Mein
Nachbar kommt
Nachbar.
aus Italien,
Ja,
wohin wir oft in Urlaub fahren.
genau. So with fahren, wohin? And with
Kommen,
kommen,
woher?
Woher?
Okay.
Woher?
Can you give me an alternative here? With bureau. With Poland and Italian, relative pronoun is not possible. Because these two countries don't have articles before them. So since they don't have an article, you don't know what pronoun to put. So it will be woher and wohin. But what about bureau?
Das beautiful. I can use.
Instead of wo, can I have a relative pronoun here?
Yeah, verb is there, so I can use.
Yeah,
Them,
das,
in them bureau, so I
das-
can use. Yeah.
das
In
Büro.
No, no, no.
So I can put das auf meine Mutter
No,
arbeitet.
no. Das will not do. Langsam, langsam.
Oh, okay, sir. It is not accusative. It is dative. So it should be dem.
In them.
Jeet,
In
In them.
in dem is richtig.
in them.
Yeah, or in them. Okay.
So either you say wo, meine Freundin arbeitet in dem Büro, wo auch meine Mutter arbeitet, oder meine Freundin arbeitet in dem Büro, in dem auch meine Mutter arbeitet.
Because of bureau,
Yeah.
it is in them.
Correct.
If something else is there, then it may be in then also sometimes.
Depends.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, varum in is used, sir, because in relative
In which?
that's all.
Arbeiten,
In which?
in which you have to use a preposition. You have to give the location, right? With arbeiten.
Yeah.
So meine Mutter arbeitet wo?
Who
In
is
dem.
in them? Okay.
Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, class, sir.
Remember, these are alternatives. These have not been practiced in the book. And I do not want to miss out or you missing out this kind of grammar. This has not been done in the book. Okay. The seltsame text, some comic, but it's a nice text. Do we have the time? No, we don't have the time. Saisa. This is a very interesting text here. A little bit of humor is there in this. It's English lang. How shall we do this?
No problem. We can go ahead, sir. No problem.
We don't have
If
time.
you have,
and,
if you have time, then we can go ahead. No problem. I don't have any
I have,
restrictions.
I have no problem till 3 o'clock. The next class begins at 3 o'clock.
Okay, then just because of me, you need not to shorten it because I'm on leave this week. So Absolutely no issues.
Now, but the
If
others,
it is okay for others.
No,
Yeah,
sir, we don't have any issue. We will be glad.
it's
Yeah.
a longish text. Now, that's what I was looking at.
Kind
Uh,
problem.
the
Kind
point here
problem.
is we are lesen den text on done. It's an Aufgabe. Done. You assign these pictures in the right order. What goes where and what is said where and so on. Although these blurbs are there, you have to fill up the blurbs. It's a big Aufgabe. I think we should tackle it tomorrow and then continue with your homework on over the weekend. Then comes the next question. Und schreiben Sie die Geschichte weiter. You have to continue the story.
Das ist die Hausaufgabe.
Mhm.
Wie viel Wörter, sir?
Please don't write a novel.
9.
Ich kann nicht, sir.
Please don't write a novel.
Ich auch.
Then normally I use dog.
Ja, ich habe gleich Problem. Ich rede viel rede.
If you write a novel, it will take me time to correct it. That's the only reason.
Deswegen
Selfish
habe
reason.
ich gefragt.
Und deswegen habe ich auch gesagt, keine Romane bitte. Das braucht Zeit, ne? Bei der Korrektur
Ja.
braucht dann Zeit. And it starts in a very interesting way. Also diejenigen, die hier schon verheiratet sind, werden das besser verstehen. Look at the opening sentence. And you'll see the humor here. In einer Ehe kämpft man kleine und große Kämpfe. Was bedeutet denn der Satz hier?
In the marriage, one fights often small and big fights.
Yeah. So there are small fights and big battles in a marriage. Und jeder nutzt dabei seine besten Waffen.
Everyone use their weapons.
And everyone uses
Weapon.
The best
their
weapon they have.
Their best weapons.
Best in-
Okay, and then begins a story about a couple. One of the couple is this Ich. The other one is Paula. Also die Frau von Ich. And her Hauptwaffe, was ist Hauptwaffe?
The
Main
best
weapon.
Main weapon. And now look at the word here, raid. Can you complete the verb raid? Infinitive?
Raiden.
Raiden. What is raiden?
To talk.
Advice.
It's not.
Advice.
So when I make a noun out of it,
To
here,
talk.
some kite. If I make a noun, Beredsamkeit, what does it mean?
Talkative or advice.
Well done. Talkative. Will do. Now that is
But
talkative.
Raiden is not talking. Raiden is advice. Am I right?
No. That is
Das ist
ratten.
Ratten.
Raten is Raten. This is
So
Raten.
you said talkative. So talkative, I'll show you the thing here. Talkative is an adjective. Raidsam, adjective. Suffix sam bildet ein Adjective. The Suffix sam bildet ein Adjective. Immer. Arbeitsam, strebsam. This is an adjective. Okay. So raidsam, talkative. Now I have added Raidsamkeit. Yes, it is a noun. You build a noun out of it.
See.
Give me a noun.
They're talking.
Talkativeness, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, and since you build a noun, the kite alone is not enough. So the noun built in German is Beredsamkeit. Beredsamkeit, talkativeness. So Paula's Hauptwaffe is Beredsamkeit, talkativeness. But there is further qualification. Überwältigende. New word for me. I don't know this word. But I do know Uber.
Yeah, about
Over.
Ha.
over.
Over what talkativeness? Weltigend. What is this Weltigend? Can you guess now? Something to do with talkativeness. Her main weapon is her over talkativeness. Huh, okay, will do. I'll accept it. Because you've understood it, that she talks too much too much. This word is enough to explain or tell us what could happen or what is happening.
Little verbal
Yeah,
diarrhea.
exactly, Vasu. You understand what I meant in the beginning. So what I want you to do is please look at this text for tomorrow, if you can, but with one clause. No reference to a dictionary.
Sorry, I don't get your question. So without using the dictionary, what should I do?
Read the text and understand it and tell me tomorrow what it is. We'll read through tomorrow.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Stimme mit dir oder mit ihnen.
Ohne, zustimmen.
Zustimmen.
Ohne
Zustimme zu dir.
Ja? Ohne ein Wörterbuch zu benutzen oder irgendwelche Quelle. No source of meaning.
Kein Gerate. Yeah.
Ich stimme dir zu.
Stimme ihnen zu.
Dear
Yeah.
sir.
Ja.
And at the same time, having said that, in case you're stuck for a word, make a note of it. Note it down. Tomorrow, amongst us, ich bleibe stumm. Amongst us, the others will help you with the meaning.
That's the reason even I stopped. I'm taking your suggestion. So I'm not, even the basic doubts I'm getting, I'm not posting it. For example, yesterday I have one doubt. It's a very basic thing. Probably you will be answering it in in a flip. In the text I read, in Südwesten Deutschlands liegt der Bodensee.
Yeah.
Warum Deutschlands? It is not United States.
In Südwesten, shall I give you the meaning? In Südwesten des Deutschlands.
The article for Deutschland is das.
No, it doesn't have an article.
No.
It doesn't have an article. But
Okay.
it doesn't have an article. Only Bay and
No,
Bay
Deutschland has article, but in this context it is not article. That's what you want to say.
Wait. The word Deutschland also doesn't have an article.
But
Ich fahre nach Deutschland.
Yeah.
It's not in das Deutschland. It's nach Deutschland. It doesn't have an article. But what the author has done is he has taken the article for Land, das Land.
Yes.
Okay.
Das Land.
So once he has taken that article, he does not want to qualify it further. So in the southern part of the country,
It's genitive.
of
Land.
the country,
Yeah.
is Lake Constance. Lies
So it is not
Lake
okay. It is not Deutschland. Then land. He's not talking about the name of the country. He's talking about the land, some country. So that is why he's taking that.
So he does not want any ambiguity. Moment. So let's make this bigger. Ja, wie war der Satz? Wie lautet der Satz? Im Süden?
Yeah. Im Südwesten Deutschlands liegt der Bodensee. Bodensee. Yeah. I love it. What do you mean, sir? I love that Schmetterling Park there very much.
Okay. Now, what is not used here is yes. Im Südwesten des Landes or Landes, it should be, liegt der Bodensee. In the southwest of the country, land here country, lies Lake Constance.
But how do we differentiate? Because we are getting carried out. Deutschland, why they are putting suddenly yes?
That's
Like
true.
United Arab Emirates,
Yeah.
United States
That's
of India, America, like that.
So this is not used here. And the word Deutsch is used just as a qualifying word. And he uses lands and not ES. Technically, grammatically, it should be ES. But he does not use ES. I presume it's a he. Why? Because he simply says Deutschland, 2 syllables, S ending should be there, not ES. The S comes with more than 1 syllable. Das haben wir schon gelernt. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So he does away with this E, does away with the this, and says Deutschland. It's very, very colloquial.
Okay.
But sir, why hasn't he put this here?
It doesn't need to.
It's a
Because
colloquial, so we don't
Yeah.
stick. We shorten words and we merge words. So
this is the interesting part. This is also correct.
this is what I thought. This is right. Why he's adding this?
It's also correct. No problem. This guy wants to be a little more different, a little more grammar oriented. So im Südwesten Deutschlands. Ah, okay, sounds very good. One of the earlier audios that we heard, ja, ich bin der Felix,
Yeah, added this thing article with a name.
Yes. Colloquial.
Particularly, I think in North Germany they use, in Berlin or somewhere they use article for name sometimes.
It's colloquial. Yeah, that's true. That's true. For example, if I want to, you say something about something as though, wen soll ich fragen? Then I say, oh, frag mal die Priyambada, frag mal die Uma. Very colloquial, using names with, the article with the name.
So we are not wrong. We are safe. Okay.
Oh yes, oh yes. Remember, colloquial German need not follow the rules of grammar. Don't use articles with personal names and so on.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I just stopped.
No,
you.
Nein, gute Frage.
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
Bodensee. Had you been to Bodensee?
From the Austrian, so Swiss side, yes.
Ah, okay. Constance, Lake Constance from Stuttgart.
Lake Constance, yeah. From the Swiss side, yes. Lindau.
Yeah, okay. The best part is, I loved that butterfly park. Very, very interesting.
Oh, but it's on the German side, right? It's not on the
Yeah,
Swiss
near
side.
Stuttgart, this side.
Yeah, it's on the other side, yeah.
It belongs
From
to
there,
Germany.
yeah, from there, I went to Rhine Falls.
Ah, okay. Rainfall on this side. On the way we touched it, yeah.
So we can
Amazing.
touch it from the Swiss side also. So I went there. Because I wanted to take a picture of the place where Sherlock Holmes had his last fight.
In rainfall or?
Yeah, Rheinfall, and he fought with Professor Moriarty, and both of them plunged to their death.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
Of course, then
But
he was later resuscitated, brought back into another book, The Final Cases of Sherlock Holmes. He was brought back on popular demand. So it was the story was that he survived the fall and came out, but Professor Moriarty died and so on. So very interesting fictional character, Sherlock Holmes.
My son is going to London during Christmas vacation. So his
wonderful.
plan is to visit that Sherlock Holmes museum.
Baker Street. There's a station close by to it. Very, very close by. Metro station is there.
Madame Dosat and this thing, both are
Close by.
Close by.
Very
Yeah,
walking distance. Please ask him to check out staircase while he's going up the staircase to the first floor. The 17th step, does it still squeak?
In Sherlock Holmes museum.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
It did when I was there. And this lady who was in the museum, she asked me, so how do you find the museum? I said, it's wonderful. The 17th stair squeaks. She said, oh, you know that? I said, of course I know that. I've read all the books. I'm a great fan of Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
The 17th step from the bottom. Okay, just for fun, before we close today, what is this here?
Reshnung Clinton. Ideally a name.
Calculating.
Yeah. And that's super. That's why I said ideally name.
This was brought to me once. Some I don't know that, not even a student. Some guy who had got this thing translated. He brought that translation to the department, the university, and said, "Please authenticate this. I've got it translated, and I want you to stamp it and say it's a genuine translation." On the first page, I saw this word Western Clinton. First page itself.
Straight exam fail.
Not only example, I refuse to authenticate it. How can I authenticate such a document? Where did you get this done? So he mentioned the locality where these translations happen. They claim they can translate into any language. So I said, I'm not going to authenticate this. No way. Sir, what is wrong? I said, everything is wrong. You don't use such words here. You don't translate proper nouns.
But sir, what if that name was not so popular?
Bill Clinton, president of the US.
Yes,
No.
this name
What
is
your question
popular.
is, since he is popular, we know this. If he's not a popular name, it's not a popular name. We translate it. So what is wrong in it? That is her question.
Yeah,
Everything is
genau.
wrong. Proper names are not translated. Let's see here. Leave the first initials part and then let's look at this name. Will you translate this?
It's Sheila von
If
JVD.
I can't, if I
JVD
can't
Sheila.
find the
Hey, suppose there's a text which says, and etc. etc.
9. Das ist sichtbar, dass es ist ein Name.
Sir,
Above.
but
Above.
in France, actually, they translate like when they say Pierre sagt, then they translate as Peter sagt. Peter says
Yes, there is a dispute on that in the
sometimes.
translation theory. Yeah, there is a dispute there. There's also the problem with these two words, Petr and Petra. This also is a continuation of Peter. So because these words originated in Latin, they came via the Bible into language, and the Bible has been translated into various languages. So they tend to use the translated versions of these names in that other language. For example, this name should be familiar to you.
9.
What about this name? Yeah, see?
Yeah, Joan of Arc.
But for a Frenchman, this is always Jeanne d'Arc. For English speakers, it is Joan of Arc. Ideally, Saint Joan of Arc. She's been canonized.
So in 2015, I had been to, first time I went to London. So there I had my paper in my hand. Hyde Park Gate. So I went to the police man. I asked him because it was so confused, and I just used, "Oh, is this Hyde Park?"
Yeah.
He said, "What is that?" I asked, "Hyde Park. Oh, is this Hyde Park?" Yes. He saw I have a paper in my hand. I had a paper. So just he grabbed that paper and he said, "Oh, this is
Hyde Park.
Hyde Park." Literally, he behaved like a school teacher. Please repeat. It is Hyde Park. Nicht Hyde Park. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's
poor
right,
German.
this one, huh? The Germans would pronounce it as Hude Park.
Yeah.
Technically, it is Hude Park because the word, this is Hyde.
Yeah.
That's true. I agree with you.
Second, the thing happened during the London visit is my cousin. She had a cartoon book in his hand, and it was Jenny had a gun.
Hmm.
Jenny had a gun. So just I read it. Oh, Jenny had a gun. Oh,
Also, einfach Deutsch.
sad.
Uh,
She started laughing.
do you know the word
Oh,
dome?
Amma, see, he's reading gun as a gun.
That happens. I also misread film titles here. Dome. What's this
Yeah.
dome of Deutsch?
Tomb.
Nein.
Kölner Tomb oder?
Kölner Dome, yeah. Der Dom,
Church.
die Kirche, die Kapelle. Der Dom, die Kirche, die Kapelle.
Kapelle is a chapel.
Well done. Kirche
Church.
Church.
und der Dom.
Dome is the tower of a church, a dome.
Kölner Dom, Westminster Dome, Notre Dame Dome.
Cathedral.
Cathedral. Well done. What's the difference?
Size.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. All three are house of God. A cathedral is a huge building, their dome. The Kirche is somewhat smaller, church. The Capella is the smallest of all, chapel. And in Italian, it's called Duomo. How would you pronounce this first word, all of you, since we are talking about Aussprache here?
Duomo. Duomo.
Duomo. What about the others? Duomo.
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 Yeah, Duomo.
Duomo. Okay. So wir sind alle darüber einig. We are all united in that. Okay. Milan, Italy. I was searching for the cathedral in Milan. It's an exquisitely carved building, beautifully carved. I was searching for this. Nobody could help me out. English, German. These are the two languages I tried. And then the single word Duomo. And a Duomo as a question. Duomo. No. Where can I find the Duomo? No idea. So wo befindet sich bitte the Duomo? No idea, no response. They just looked at me as if I was from Mars or some other planet. Till I met an oldish guy, and I asked him, Duomo. He just looked at me blankly. Then I repeated my question. And slowly, believe it or not, it's visible. Slowly his eyes opened. Ah, Duomo? What was that? Duomo? Oh. Then I know me, yeah. Duomo. Big smile on his face, just points there. If you don't get this intonation right, they don't understand you. This has to be correct. Duomo, not Duomo, like all of us did.
Yeah, I pronounce again. Goddessburg. They say Goddessburg. I pronounce Goddessburg.
It's a
They don't
very,
understand.
some languages can cause you problems.
Mm.
Let's try this for the last one then. Have you heard of this? It's a kind of a sauce that is used in cooking. It's a British word.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very Indian.
Sauce.
That is Soße, S-O umlaut S-E, S-O on umlaut, that is Deutsch then. That's it. These also. What happened? O. It's the same as sauce. These also.
Those.
But how my interest is that's here. This can be very difficult for many people.
Worcester.
Worcestershire. It's not Worcestershire, but Worcestershire. Worcester. If it is Worcester, why the hell do you write Worcester? English is very, very tough and tricky at times. What is this?
Leicestershire.
Leicestershire.
Life.
Now it will be
Leicester.
Leicestershire.
Leicester. EI is not
Leicester.
I. Leicestershire. Worcestershire, Leicestershire. That's a county, name of the state or name of the area, the region, canton, or a Bundesland. Languages can be peculiar. So when one goes to Europe, remember we are talking about different nations, which is similar to what we have in our country again. Different states, the names of the local places are pronounced differently. And that brings us to this problem of proper nouns. One should not translate proper nouns. Simple. We have this habit of translating them into our languages because we are following a very, very old custom. So you translate that. But I'll tell you later. It's getting very late for many of you. Can you find out this? What does the GMT mean on a railway ticket? It's still used today, if I'm not wrong, when you are traveling, let's say from Chennai to Lucknow. And the ticket says, let's say, normally this is used.
That is Madras Chennai, Madras Central, MAS.
Yeah.
LK, Lokamanya or Lucknow.
Lucknow, yeah. So Madras, CNP, Lucknow. It's still used in the railway thing.
I'll come with answer for this, no issues, because I have one mobile railway dictionary.
Oh, sorry. What is this Kanpur?
The Kanpur.
Kanpur is the The British have twisted these pronunciations around. Many of us don't recognize our own towns.
Even in very soon we will not recognize MAS.
Yeah, true.
Everywhere it is Chennai.
I think it's now CHN or something, no?
CHE.
CHE, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Chennai.
The Kanpur.
That's very, very big. If see, when it is for railways, it is MAS. When it is an airport, it is MAA.
Right, right.
By mistake, if you put the wrong thing and we book the ticket, money lost.
So coming back to the pronouns, I agree with that question that Kushi has put. If you are not familiar with the proper nouns, then we have a serious problem of trying to find out what does this word mean. Because we are not familiar with nouns of our own country. The less said about foreign countries. Then. I'll suggest one article for you to read. You have learned enough German now. Read an article by Mark Twain. It's available on the net. awful German language. I think is then move to German. Is his Rama point attempt, Mark Twain?
9, sir.
All of you know, only also knows. The American humorist. Lovely articles he's written. Beautiful articles and beautiful stories too. Turn of the 2 centuries back, 19th century. We are now into the 21st. And this is called The Awful German Language. You'll find it on Google. Read the article in English. It's about German and his perception of German. It's great fun to read the article. You'll really enjoy it. Look it up. Yeah. So let's stop here. We'll take this up tomorrow. So you've got your articles again. Everything that you need is here.
So
If
page
you
9,
don't
89.
understand a word, yeah.
So let me take, okay. Leer.
Seite 89.
Ja, ich habe notiert, ja.
89 hier, 88. Falls ihr das Buch habt, dann 88. If you have the book, then 88. Sonst PDF 89. Eine seltsame Geschichte. Seltsam? Unusual, strange. So we'll take this up tomorrow, plus any other grammar that you need, especially the So we'll come back to this Finalsätze noch einmal. And that other doubt, I think somebody expressed that how do you nominalize that? We'll take that up tomorrow. So then we are done with lesson 8. We should, no, 7 we are done. Oh, this is 8. What?
Yeah, Kaufa is 8.
Yeah, so yeah, it's 8. Grammar, there's hardly any new grammar here. So we should be able to complete the lesson very soon.
So in the beginning, you told me that told us 4 books we'll be reading. So the book 1, which you sent yesterday, is it out of that or it is among that 4?
It's out of that. So 2 we already have now. So I'll send you the link for the others also.
That's right. Okay, I thought it is part of that 4. Okay, it's
no, I'll send you
additional
the link
one.
to the nothing additional. I'll send you the link to the B2 proper book.
In B2 we have 2 books. Yeah.
Now we have 2, and then we have 2 more now. 2 more.
One Arbeits and one Lehr book, Kushi.
Ja,
Ja,
also
klar.
hier zum Beispiel hier, das ist B1 Plus, ne?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
This B1 Plus is nothing but 2.1.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing but 2.1. Okay, B2.1. Now we come to the second half of B2. And this is the one that I have to put on Google Drive. I have to put that there. So where is the layer book? Also, so this will be a different
Then
cover.
just for our additional information, you sent that link yesterday, or are we going
Yes.
to
Yeah, it's
additional.
additional.
go through that book
Additional.
also?
Consulin,
It's up to
yeah,
you.
it's from different.
This is the second one. Niveau page 5. What I sent you yesterday was just meant as a revision. It's basically B1. There's also a B2 to that, which I'll send you. This is B2. This is the book that we'll be dealing with.
That one looks workbook, sir. Arbeits book, right?
Arbeits book is also there. This is a
Okay.
Lehr
What you
book.
sent yesterday is our Lehr book, right? Consulin.
Nee, this is Grammatik zu B1.
Grammatic only. Okay, sir.
It's grammar, just grammar of B1. Now we have a grammar of B2 also.
There's a huge, gross book.
And das ist nicht so groß. If
So
you
only
find
one
it
question.
yeah.
So shall I plan B2 exam by February or March?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Because I want to know your schedule. So when you are planning to complete or any tentative plan,
January.
then I can plan.
By January, I want to
January.
finish everything, including the exam training.
So then in that case, because as
Happily.
early as possible you complete, I want to take the exam. So because I'll forget then.
By February, yeah, by February we can take.
No, it depends on all you people. If you can, we can work faster without too many wiederholungen of the old grammar. Then we can finish it by mid-January.
No.
No,
We
sir.
will
No,
This
sir.
speed is fine. No problem. No,
Listen,
Bay
if I say
Island
yes,
Greenish.
I believe all others will kill me. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
see the voice.
Only two voice. You should be happy.
People, believe me, I am only going as fast as you allow me to go.
Okay, jokes apart. So I'll plan for February then.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sir.
We should be definitely
Gleich
finishing.
Pulse.
Yeah, we should be definitely finishing them.
Okay.
Well, I'll do my best to go a little faster. But again, like I said, I'm not sure. Because we have grammar here as well. What Stellung im Satz? This is a joke. Where do you put which word? This is the Tekamolo rule. Negation, this also we know, but with small changes. Now, where you will have problems is new grammar in the sense of what is this S as a subject? When is S used as a subject? Then we come to, this is the second book. Huh? I'll put this up over the weekend. I'll put this up in the drive for you to download.
No issues here. That's not an urgent here.
Yeah, class.
We have
I know
other
it's not
jobs to do.
urgent, but once you have all of you have downloaded it, I'll be happy.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Modalsätze. Was sind Modalsätze? Don't confuse them with Modalverben. They are different.
Oh.
But it's something you know under a new name. And what interests me actually is moment. Das kommt gleich. Konjunktur 2. This one. This is new. Passive mid-sein.
Yeah.
Mid-sein.
Right.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I do this passive mid-sein, we will do the passive mit-werden also once again.
Okay.
Then when do we use Partizipien as adjectives? And indirect speech. This we have not done. We have learned Konjunktur 2, aber Konjunktur 1 now comes in.
Und sir, Futur 2.
It's not there in the syllabus, but I can explain it to you.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's very easy.
Okay.
Very, very easy. And then personally speaking, the most tricky one, as far as I'm concerned,
Model
is
particle.
modal particles. Fortunately, it's at the end of the book. The rest are easy. So these three new topics are there.
Sir,
Sein passive. Yeah?
I have a request.
Yeah.
It's to do with the ELS app. आप जो videos हमारी record होती हैं, they are not there in the app actually. The complete videos.
You have to ask Dave about it.
We have said already couple of times, but I don't know what he's doing. But if it is possible, can you please pass on the same message?
Yeah, I'll tell him.